Before we get started, I do want to talk about the LA fires. As you know, California has been suffering. Parts of LA have been on fire. I just want to mention some contributions being made to those in need by some of your favorite movie studios. Disney and Warner Brothers Discovery, they both pledged 15 million each. Amazon, NBC Universal, Netflix, 10 million each. Sony contributes 5 billion. Paramount Fox, and the Recording Academy pledged 1 million. Outside of that, outside of the financial contributions, Warner Brothers Discovery, they're supporting 1,300 impacted employees with emergency hotlines, temporary housing, meals. Amazon, they're providing 145,000 essential items and different technologies for emergency responses, and so forth and so on. And this comes from the dailies. I just wanted to mention this because I've seen online that people really seem to be bashing Hollywood. You know, people are saying this is God's wrath. People don't seem to care because this is affecting those who are wealthy. Regardless if you're wealthy or poor, no one wants to be in a circumstance where they can't provide for themselves or they lose shelter. I don't think that's God's will for anybody. So I just wanted to mention this as a positive to show that people do care. The industry cares. This show is geared towards film and television. So I just wanted to show some contributions from various studios and other platforms. But moving right along, let's talk about the Golden Globes. So up first, we have Miss Demi Moore winning for The Substance. She claims this is her first award in her 30-career span. But for me, I did not see this film. I can't really give an opinion on whether the film was good or not. I just know a lot of people are saying this is probably a career award. Hollywood tends to give career awards to those who those actresses and actors who've been in the game a long time, who've gone unrecognized, and people really love them. One instance that comes to mind is Angela Bassett winning the honorary or the governor's award. I think that's what they refer to it as from the Oscars because she didn't win that Oscar that year against another actress for Black Panther. So and a lot of people were upset about that and an uproar about that. But this is sort of similar to that, but they're just doing the main award. So she won it for that category. Again, a lot of people say it's a career award. I'm not going to minimize her talent and her ability. That's something she talked about in her speech, which I thought that was very moving. Not being good enough and people telling you you're not good enough. So I don't want to minimize her her moment, but I just wanted to point out that some people do consider this to be sort of like a career award, and not really. It's not really because she was, grand or whatever and whatnot. That's not my opinion. I'm just saying that's what other people are saying. All right, up next we have Zoe Zanata for Amelia Perez. This is her first award ever in her career. Very similar to Demi Moore, except Zoe has not been in it as long as Demi Moore. Demi Moore was in Ghost, which is one of my favorite movies. We recognize Zoe from Guardians of the Galaxy, Columbiana, other films like that. So it was very nice to see her win this award. I know the Hispanic community is very proud of her. Some people feel like Cynthia Erivo should have won and feel like Cynthia was snubbed. I'm not here to argue that. I can see what people mean, but sometimes the industry will purposely make you wait for some reason. So it's Cynthia will get her shine when it's time for Cynthia to get her shine. But right now it's Zoe's time, and congratulations on this award. Next, we have Hacks winning for Best Comedy. Hacks has just been winning everything, it seems like. Previously, this was the Bear winning everything, and I think Hollywood is tired of people complaining about the Bear, so they just now attacks. Many people feel like only Murders in the Building is being snubbed because they have not won an award at all. So I feel like um, I could see what people mean by that because the show has been on a long time, and I feel like they should just try to give it to someone else. If you're good enough to make it in the category to be nominated, then you should switch it up and give it to somebody else a different year, unless it was just a ballpark out of the park, you know, um, season. You know what I mean? Me personally, I feel like Abbott Elementary is being snubbed. Um, I feel like if we think back to the Hollywood strikes, it caused many shows to have shorter seasons. So a lot of people ended up having these bad off seasons. The Bear had a terrible last season, but I don't feel like Abbott had a terrible last season. Even the one um, that's airing now, it's excellent. So I don't understand why there's this push not to give Abbott their flowers. I only remember Abbott winning 1 year. I could be wrong. Write in the comments if I'm wrong. But I feel like Abbott deserves way more recognition than what it's getting. Abbott is top tier. They haven't had a bad season yet. I can't say the same for some of the rest of these shows. Overall, Hollywood always had some kind of message they want to get across, some sort of subject matter that they want to be known for that year. This year, it really seems like ageism is the big thing. You have The Substance, Baby Girl, The Last Showgirl. Um, and most of the time, the subject matter is always confirmed during the award season. So who you see winning the awards, and that's what Hollywood wants to be known for this year. So this year, it's about let's not shame people for their age, particularly women. Um, so that seems to be the big thing. Um, Also, ever since people complained about diversity, it seems like they always like to rotate the group that's being highlighted. But I'm just going to leave that there and let you guys draw your own conclusion. Let's move right along. Let's talk about the DC reboot. Can we even call it a reboot at this point? It seems like James Gunn is just cherry picking who he wants to carry over from the Snyderverse. For me, it's pissing me off. I'm just gonna be honest. I know a lot of people just worship James Gunn and they fall at his feet. I'm not one of those people I'm not falling down. The only person I worship is Jesus Christ. And, James Gunn is not perfect. He's not Steven Spielberg and all these other folks. He's done some great things, but I'm not going to sit here and, act like his decisions are just without flaw. Um, he's brought over Viola Davis, his wife, I think, his brother. He's just cherry picking who he wants. And now we learn that Jason Momoa is returning as a new character, Lobo, who probably is a better fit for him. But still, what was wrong with the Snyderverse besides all the drama that was going on behind the scenes with DC? I don't know. It seems like Zack Snyder thrived more when he was working on DC projects. All of his projects since then has flopped. So I'm not sure what the big issue is. And I'm not really sure why more people don't have a problem with this cherry picking. That's not it's kind of like what they do with the Real Housewives, where we're going to save 3, we're going to bring in 4 newbies and then call it a reboot. It's not a reboot. Switching cast members, like that's not a reboot. Why not just reboot the entire thing? I don't understand that. Um, Again, DC seems to think it's great and everyone's excited about Superman, which, yeah, it looks good, but I'm not, I don't care, to be honest. Moving right along. Let's talk about Mr. Ryan Reynolds. Many of you know that Justin Baldoni is countersuing Blake Lively, who initiated this suit against him, um, alleging sexual harassment that came out. right before New Year's, actually. And yesterday it was revealed that Baldoni's team sent something over to Disney, telling them to keep their records available, so for them to sift through during discovery. Um, so Baldoni alleges that Reynolds spoofed Nice Pool from Deadpool 3 off of him. Many fans are turning the other cheek because they have this weird devotion to Deadpool, Marvel, and Reynolds. I don't understand it. Again, the only person I worship is Jesus Christ. So I understand all this weird cult. It seems like that's being developed over this. I know people are spinning it as if Justin is in a cult or whatever, but it seems like he's not the only one in one, allegedly. Because the fans just don't want to read the facts. And because Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, he's innocent. So this is my take. I think Justin actually has some legs to stand on legally. Here's why. So, and not even the legal aspect, let's look at the facts about the character itself. The Deadpool corpse, they are comic accurate. They are straight from the comics. But the character Nice Pool is not. Nice Pool is not in the comics. Nice Pool is an original character that Ryan Reynolds developed for Deadpool 3. That's important to note. The original character was made just for the film. So, if it was a situation where it was being pulled straight from the comics, I think Baldoni would have a hard time, honestly. But what gives him legs to stand on is Ryan was dumb enough to include dialogue that alludes to some of the issues taking place in the movie It Ends With Us. You have lines about a pregnant woman, intimacy coordinators. You have a scene where Deadpool and Ladypool are in front of this flower shop, which is where the story of It Ends With Us takes place, which I just learned today. You have all these kind of hints that Baldoni is being spoofed in this film. And I don't understand why we as fans can't look past. Yes, I love Ryan Reynolds. We love Deadpool. We love Marvel. But everyone was so quick to turn on Jonathan Majors when Jonathan Majors went through his stuff. And we have to say, Disney does not like lawsuits. So that prompts the question, will Disney be hard on Reynolds for dragging them into this case? I think they will. I think they will. As much money as Deadpool made, if certain stuff happens in the court to where let's say he does win this case, Baldoni, and then they have to make, alterations to the distribute, alterations to how this movie is distributed and possibly pull it off because his likeness is being used or whatever. That just puts Disney in a bad spot, period. So, again, look at the facts. These people are not God. They're not perfect. They're not without flaw. Look at the facts before you make assumptions and pick a team. Most of you guys on Instagram are teenagers who can't even do algebra. Let's just be honest. So yeah, that's our hot topics for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments below. What's your thoughts on these stories? See you next time.